2037, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Opponent, nearly 10,000 games of Rapid. That's a very experienced Rapid player. I've done 1,300 and a bit. Okay, what line do I want to play here? I think I'll just go e6. Knight up, get the bishop up somewhere in castle, that sort of idea. Been a strong player here, very strong. Obviously for amateur level where we both rate at. So I'm just looking at bishop up. I could throw a check in. You get a natural development move. He's going to look to do this and this or something like that. Okay, let's just make sure we've got the option to castle. And then what do I do with these? Excuse me, I can do this. I can do this. He's probably going to play knight up and blast or pawn up this way. But you can do this and this as well. Very, very flexible. Very flexible for both players, to be fair. But actually, do I play an early c5 while I've got a chance to? I think I'll castle first. I'm actually looking at an early c5. I often play c6, b6, or one or the other of them. Put the bishop on the diagonal, but he's chosen to take. Okay, it's got to be right to go with the pawn and now play c6 then. So I'm glad I haven't pushed one of these. And I'll try and bring the bishop this way. Obviously h3 stops that and he's covered the other square. So h3 is probably good, but white, just get developed. You've got lots of options. You could go queenside, of course. That's exactly what he's done. It might actually be worth still risking c5 then and getting a bit aggressive. Why not? Let's be a bit more punchy this game. A little bit more attacking than my normal style. My normal style is very slow and steady, does it? So I'll just try and charge this center structure and see what he does. So I'll have an isolated pawn. Say up takes and something takes. We'll have an isolated pawn, but we're going to get developed. So we're going to take the pawn and develop the knight. Then I'd expect a slow move like pawn here to stop us jumping in and then develop the bishop. Something like that, that sort of concept. I really like my bishop to go here, but I don't think I'm going to get that. No, he's gone with the knight, yeah. So he's playing against our weak pawn here. I don't think he'll take the knight because it'll give us a second pawn, but it is a backward pawn. He could do. But I need to get this bishop in the game somehow, somewhere. And right now it's just going to be a giant pawn. I don't see anything better. So he has indeed gone there. No, that gives us a chance to go here. Or we can go here and get rid of that bishop. So we can take... Excuse me. Yeah, apologies. I'm still a little bit croaky with my allergies, but I feel fine. So we can take and give him the isolated pawn as well. But we can jump here and get rid of his light squared bishop. That gives us the so-called bishop pair advantage, but I'm one of those odd players I actually prefer knights myself, but it's my only real chance to get rid of his bishop. And then I'm just going to be left with a giant pawn, aren't I? That looks a bit weird. So instinctively, I'm kind of leaning towards take, but then I've lost my chance to get rid of the bishop, and I think it's a powerful bishop, so I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try and get rid of his bishop. Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive a little bit. I actually prefer knights myself over bishops, generally speaking, but I'm going to go slightly against instinct here. I could play a bishop up here and trade here, I guess, or even here. But I've got to get my bishop into the game. I'll maybe put the bishop here then. I'd still like to go here, but I don't see how it's possible. So he's castled, very logical. I'm going to develop my rook and try and put the bishop maybe here or here. Here. Oh, well, he's played out wide, so he's offering us the chance to trade it down to a bishop and a knight each, and that would not be the opposite coloured bishop, so that's more playable. So takes, takes, and I can even push my centre pawn. Now, he's got rook across. Might be slightly problematic. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of that piece. So what do I do here? I've got bishop up to challenge his knight. And he can easily counter. But then I'd be able to push the pawn in and the rook across wouldn't do anything. I'd love to push the pawn now. I'm just concerned with rook over. And then I don't have any good moves, do I, to get out of the way, excuse me. So I'm looking at getting my bishop active, and I'm just looking here while the knight's got no great squares. Let's go here and threaten to take, because we are threatening to actually win a pawn. He's got the obvious bishop up, But if he does that, I think I can then push the pawn. So he didn't do that. He's jumped the knight out the way, so he wants to come into the center. Logical, logical. So we can go up here and push him into the center, then come back and attack, I guess. So let's save our pawn and see where he goes. I assume he's going here. He has. So I assume we want to come back and just threaten to trade. And now I'd expect again rook across. Takes and he can go with the rook. Oh, he's jumped again. So again, it's the same issue. If I push, there's this. Now I could go here and look to trade. Takes, knight takes. Slightly problematic, but... is there nothing better? Actually, I can move my queen, can't I? He's threatening a move like this, but we're still fine for now. So I'm just wondering whether to go here or here. I actually like the idea of being a bit more centralized and bring the rook behind my pawn and hopefully eventually push it. He's going to get a rook here at some point sooner or later, and his bishop something like this. Yeah, he's gone for the bishop move now. Again, I still can't push on, but I could go here and challenge his bishop, right? So let's go and challenge that bishop thanks to my queen. If knight comes to g5, I think we've got h6 because our knight protects the immediate checkmate threat. Okay, so we've got a chance to trade, but then it does double his rook up. So, oh, mind you, if I do this, it weakens this pawn as well. Very, very slight issue, and I don't have rook here. Okay, I'm going to have to take anyway. I'm going to have to get rid of that. So I'm looking at queen up now to offer the queen trade, but with a chance to bring our pawn across. That looks very pleasant. My knight protects this, protects the queen, pawn protects, but if he takes, I can bring a pawn across with tempo attacking the knight. And it's just a little bit easier to potentially protect long run because it would then be in range of my pawns. So I don't think he'll trade here. He could, I don't think he will. And then if he finds a different move, I think we want to just push a pawn, right? So I can attack the queen. I've also got this, but it'll give me a tempo again, attacking the queen, give my king the emergency square that my opponent's already managed to achieve. So he's gone back. But now I like the idea of playing rook up here. If he develops, we can take, he can take, we can check and collect. It might be a poisoned pawn, but it's a pawn. So here looks like a nice move. This protects everything. Here, his queen is definitely not trapped, so I don't like anything else. So I'm just going to develop. He's got no knight there and no knight there to attack our queen. He has got the rook forward if he wishes, and I think we can drop back. I think so. Let's find out. But I've got a safety square. He has gone for that. So I'm going to take. Now, if he goes the knight, I can jump in. If he goes the rook, I can check. So I can check and win a pawn. And I think my king feels safe. So I'm going to play for it. But now I've got to get my queen basically back to this side of the board again. So it's not too isolated. You can see all the main action is on the king side of the board. I don't want my queen stuck on the rim like this, miles away from the action. But we've gained a pawn, so we can afford to lose a pawn. That's why I look at this now. So queen here attacks the rook. Where would the rook go? I'd love to activate my rook. Oh, this is a problem. That's a problem now. I'm going to go here then to cover this knight jump, because obviously knight gets here. That's an immediate checkmate threat. You can push a pawn, you can drop the knight back, but then you're just very defensive. So I'm going to try and bring the queen back, like I say, on the business side, and he's cut that possibility. So that's good by our opponent. So I guess I have to go here now then, right? But here he's got queen down. That's problematic. So I've got knight in to attack the queen. And where do you go? I think I need to go here. Then if knight in, I can go here. But then you take right here. Queen down. I guess I have to go forward. But then if the queen takes the pawn, it's not much fun. And if I go here, you've still got knight in. Yeah, it's not good. This not good. Is there any way to get back then? If I go here and in, I Can't protect this, can I? Wherever I go. I'm looking at knight up then to go here to block and then to go here, I think. I'm going to hit the queen and I'm going to try and come around like this. So because we attack the queen, you're going to move the queen. You'll probably go here, I guess. I'm guessing. I'm just going to sack this pawn and try and get a knight safe to protect this square. I'm just going to sack this valuable pawn. It might end up that I sack this one as well. So we might be just playing bad here. Might be. Depends where the queen goes now. Here you've still got a potential for a mate threat. Yeah, pawn's playing this really well, really well. They've got a good position. So that's what I'd expect. Hit the pawn. You're still threatening knight in. Knight back to come here is my idea to protect. Okay, he's gone directly for this one instead. So knight takes is not a move right now. Queen across and it could be though. Yeah, I think he's gone slightly wrong there. I hope he's gone slightly wrong there. So what if I play a queen here? I guess you just push, but then we're not threatening a check, are we? My queen is misplaced. I can't afford to save these. How do I get back? I don't see it. I'm just going to develop the queen. I expect a move like pawn push. I don't have a check. The queen still covers. So I'll have to drop back or go here as planned. I'm too far down on the clock. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. I'm still a bit croaky, but... Oh, he's just grabbed the pawn and let us take here. So what's he seen? He wants rook down, check, and we can come back. We've got to take. We're threatening check and back. He's looking at rook down. Oh, he just grabbed the pawn. So check here. And I can't go here. Ooh, that's problematic, isn't it? I guess I'll have to take here then. I have to just grab the pawn. So now we're looking at maybe knight across, but I do have a check if he plays that. Yeah, the king's not worth going after there. But this is where getting into time trouble gets you into difficulty in games, and I'm in time trouble against a strong player. So we're a pawn up technically, but when this one falls, he's just got to pass pawn. It's all about can I keep my king safe and get my rook in the game. My rook's just sat there doing nothing. So he has gone there, so I'm going to have to check, right? Queen's under attack. I've got to check. I guess he just pawn up and it's game over, isn't it? It's game over. Knight check is nothing. I guess I can go here. Let's attack the queen and the rook. I'm threatening checkmate if he doesn't take. Yeah. We're threatening mate if he doesn't see it. Rook takes knight, I take the queen. Oh, he's got the knight check, he can do it. He can take the knight, takes and check, and he wins it back. I missed it. So if he sees it, yeah, it's just resign. Take and check, he's got the pattern. I missed it. I've seen it afterwards, so we'll just have to say well done. Oh, he's missed it. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. So now if we can swap these two, we're still in the game. I was ready to resign there. We just have to swap these two pawns, and it's probably a theoretical draw. The extra pawn won't really matter. It's just whether we can get rid of this. That's all that matters now. But I was ready to resign the game there. So maybe we can still potentially win or draw this one. Let's come here, attack the pawn. He's going to attack the knight, I guess. And then I'm probably going to have to drop back. I can't go here because of this. Rook here, pawn up, takes, messes my structure up, so that's no good. So we have to come back. Whatever I do, I have to play reasonably quickly now. But yeah, he missed that pattern. That pattern just killed the game on the spot. So if these two vanish, it's just be a theoretical draw. It's whether you can play it quick enough to actually get the draw. That's what matters. Of course, he can go here and attack the pawn. When my rook wanders off, he can check up and attack the pawn. Not easy to defend it. So I'm just looking at the simple rook up. He's obviously got knight across as well to protect that. So maybe rook here. I just love to swap these off. I'm just trying to figure out how. I'm threatening knight here actually, aren't I? That's a threat. So he's gone to head that off. So here, knight down here. I think that's what we're going to play for, and just rook in. Then if we trade here, my knight attacks his pawn and he won't be able to protect it from here. So knight here allows rook across. Check. I've only got one move, so I don't have to think. He's gone with knight check. Same principle. He'll probably want me to push here, won't he, and trade it that way and swap them off. Can't now, but I do have knight here then. That's protected, that's protected. It's a little bit dangerous though, having a piece protecting another piece. Here. Oh yeah, that might be a blunder as well, mightn't it? It might be. Yeah, I wonder if he's got this. Oh, I guess I could just move here. I'm going to go forward and threaten to jump here instead then. I'd like to swap the pawn off. I don't quite see how. I might be technically better not swapping the pawn off and keeping the pressure on. I've just got to try and play a bit quicker than my opponent. The more my knight wanders off, the harder it is to keep. Now I've got a pawn push here and he can't take. But he doesn't have to. But then I can attack the rook and attack the pawn. Let's gamble and do it then. He can't take because it blunders the rook. So he'll probably play here. Then I can either throw a check in or I can attack the rook. Probably attack the rook and the pawn, probably. And then try and take next move. But I'm weakening my own king's defences. I've taken a gamble here. Hold on, if he comes forward here, he takes check. It builds the pawn chain, but that's too much. I can't get away with that. Here my knight's actually directly under attack. I could check here actually, couldn't I? Oh wait, he's gone there. So he attacks us. So I can check and collect, but he's going to attack the knight. Let's just go here then. If he takes, I'll have to take back. We still attack the pawn. Yeah, I'm just playing the endgame phase a lot quicker than my opponent. He missed that one pattern. But he's going to have to really quicken up. But at this rating level, he should be able to. That's the key. So if I take now, there's nothing, is there? So there's no knight there or there. So what do I do? I guess I can throw a check in. Yeah, I've got my knight a bit stuck. Nowhere else I can realistically go there. He's doing well here. This is the danger. That's the danger. Let's hit the pawn. Just hope the knight's not trapped. It could be trapped, could be. There's nowhere to run to. But the pawn is more important, I think, right now, and my king's safety. My own king's safety. So I'm going to try and get my knight back, or even check. If I get a check and get the rook off, then that's good. Yeah, keep them far apart so the king can't attack them both. Actually, let's hit this pawn. Knight's perilous, isn't it? But I've got a square here, square here. It goes there. Let's attack the rook. I'm looking at rook here. I've covered this. I can take this if he wanders off the file. He's got this though. Oh, but then I can check and collect. So I'm threatening check and collect. I might have had it the move before, actually. I missed that. But he's just been a lot slower in the end game. He's not quick enough. Just got to move, make random moves quickly, quickly. I think he's just bailed out, hasn't he? He spotted it. Yeah, I had it the move before. Let's just come back then. I had it the move before, I missed it, but I'm aware of the clock there. So we've got to win thanks to the clock. He missed the win though with that pattern. To pause so we don't accidentally start another game. I was ready to resign. 51 moves there, the move times for both players. I got very lucky that he missed that pattern. I saw it after I'd made the move with the queen. He just missed the rook takes, but let's have a quick flick through. But it must have been +4 or +5 or something, that one move. There'll be a big blip here somewhere, I guess. What was it? +2.4. That must be the move, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. You know, there might have been some other technical move for me. There might have been, but oh, he's blundered here. And then we blundered it back, so we missed something here, and then it's the same here. That'll be the queen trade. But otherwise, the whole game is practically flatline level. It's just been settled by the clock. So 84 against 85 on the accuracy. Not many individual moves have gone wrong for us, but the ones that have gone wrong have gone very wrong. But you see, nothing in the opening has been flagged at all. So just all good play from both of us. If you see where these mistakes are and blunders and what as well, if you hover over there, you can see where they are in the game like this. So you can just see what's coming and where. So let's just have a quick flick through. Yeah, so I should have played the knight forward there instead of the bishop back. But this is still all good for both. This is just a level game. And he should not have played rook across, so it was good for us to take. It was good for us to check, but we shouldn't have taken the pawn. Oh, I've missed knight up. I've missed knight up attacking the queen and the rook. I just didn't see it. I'd seen this concept to go after the pawn, so I just played it. I didn't stop to check the position again. I can jump in and attack the queen and the rook. Now, the knight does protect the rook. It's not a free piece. So here, say you just move the queen a square. It's whether you can create a mate threat with your knight immediately. You can't. So we could have won an exchange there. That's why we were +4 better. And I just missed it. So that's a bit careless. I'd seen this sequence of moves, so I just took straight away, didn't I? Yeah, I took a second later. I didn't stop to refresh my eyes and look at the position fresh, which is what I should have done. And the same there. I've got knight up here now to attack the queen and the rook. So it's the same here, but it's actually flatline level now because he can move his queen out of the way and create an immediate mate threat. That's a slight difference in the position, so it's back to 0.0 level now, even though I've still got that move. Queen to b1 was okay. Then knight up. Then queen to e1 was good. He shouldn't have taken that pawn. You see, he should have put the knight forward here. So take the pawn was good, and then I shouldn't have taken there. This was my chance apparently to develop my rook and get it into the game. Get my rook active. Okay, so that's a blunder. Then I've seen the queen check. Yeah, I looked at that move, but I didn't see a follow-up after knight check and pawn takes. I didn't see a continuation. Maybe I just play the queen here and then try and activate the rook to come in or something. I don't know. Let's take a look at that. Knight check, h takes. Oh, you just take the pawn. So you've given a piece, but it's still level, is it? Oh, it's slightly better for white. Slightly better for white. Yeah. But this was the best I could have done in that position with correct play. But yeah, I've realised a blunder. Yeah, engine flagged it. That's why it's +3.3 for white. And he missed it. I'm really lucky there. In this position, I've gone down the wrong road. I've seen this move. And just rook takes there. And if I take your queen, you've got the knight check, take back. I can come across. You just leave your pawn protected forever. And it's whether you can then find a way to break through. Say you get your king across eventually. You get my pawn eventually, and it should be a win for white. It should be. So I was ready to resign there, but now it's just back to level, and it's basically level to the end of the game. But he just played a lot slower than me in the end game, and the time started ticking. So did I miss a trick here with the rook potential at the end? Let's see. Yeah, I did. I had the rook check there. I guess he can come in over towards my king, but I can take his pawn, and it's +2 better for us. So it's still a lot of work to be done. You've got to keep your king safe. If he gets in closer and gets the rook active, you never know. There could be a lot of problems there. King here, knight there, rook there, and it's a mate net. Obviously, you need all the stars to line up, but it's potential. And then in the end, it's just purely come down to clock. Otherwise, it's a very balanced game. Probably, you know, a draw in principle, isn't it? But it is what it is.